Drew Barrymore opens up about her difficult and untraditional family dynamics with ex Will Kopelman. Drew Barrymore recently got candid about her complex and untraditional family dynamics during an emotional episode of The Drew Barrymore Show. The 49-year-old actress and talk show host reflected on her difficult upbringing and how it shaped her approach to family life, especially after her separation from ex-husband Will Kopelman. Barrymore, known for her honesty and vulnerability, didn't hold back as she shared her deep feelings about trying to create a stable family environment for her two daughters, Olive and Frankie, despite the challenges she faced growing up. In the latest episode, Barrymore gave viewers a rare and heartfelt insight into how she coped with the aftermath of her split from Kopelman and the emotional toll it took on her. "Everything to me was very devastating," Barrymore admitted. "It took me a long time to recover from the fact that it wasn't in the traditional family dynamic that I swore I would do for my family because I did not grow up that way." Barrymore's words reflected the weight of her own childhood experiences and how they influenced her desire to create a better life for her daughters. As the daughter of actor John Drew Barrymore and Jade Barrymore, Drew had anything but a conventional upbringing. Her early years were marked by chaos, neglect, and a lack of the stable family foundation she longed for. "I grew up in a very unpredictable environment," Barrymore explained. "My parents were not equipped to raise a child in a stable, nurturing way. There were a lot of ups and downs, and I always dreamed of giving my kids the kind of stability and love that I didn't have. But when my marriage ended, it felt like I had failed them. It felt like history was repeating itself." Barrymore's childhood was anything but ordinary. Born into the famous Barrymore acting dynasty, she was thrust into the spotlight at an early age. She made her acting debut at the age of 5 and quickly became a household name after her breakout role in E.T. the Extraterrestrial at just 7 years old. But behind the scenes, Barrymore was grappling with the pressures of fame, substance abuse, and a troubled family life. Her parents' volatile relationship and her mother's questionable parenting choices led Barrymore down a difficult path. She was drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes by the time she was 9, trying cocaine by 12, and checked into rehab at 13. After a suicide attempt, she was placed in a mental health institution for 18 months. She became legally emancipated from her parents at 14, essentially becoming an adult while still a teenager. Despite the difficulties of her past, Barrymore has always been determined to create a different kind of life for her daughters. However, her divorce from Kopelman in 2016 was a painful blow to that dream. Barrymore and Kopelman were married for nearly 4 years before they decided to part ways. Although the separation was amicable, it left Barrymore grappling with feelings of guilt and sadness. "I felt like I had failed," Barrymore said. "I promised myself that I wouldn't repeat the cycle of dysfunction that I grew up in. But sometimes life doesn't work out the way you planned. That's a really hard pill to swallow." Barrymore admitted that one of the most difficult aspects of her childhood was feeling like she had no safety net. She shared a poignant memory about feeling abandoned as a child and how it shaped her perspective on parenting. "I remember all the kids at school would go into the office to call their parents when they were sick, and I could never get a hold of anybody," Barrymore recalled. "And I was so jealous of those kids who would call and be like, 'Mom, Dad, come pick me up.' I just would sit there and be like, 'What's that like?' I remember sitting in the nurse's office, feeling invisible. Feeling like no one was coming for me." Barrymore's experience of growing up without a strong parental support system made her even more committed to being present and attentive for her daughters. "It's weird stuff like that sticks with you," she said. "It's like soup when you're sick. That comfort, that knowing someone is there for you, that's what I want to give my kids." Despite the challenges of co-parenting post-divorce, Barrymore and Kopelman have managed to maintain a healthy relationship for the sake of their daughters. "Will and I are very aligned when it comes to parenting," Barrymore shared. "We put our daughters first. They are our priority." Barrymore's dedication to her children is evident in how she speaks about them. "They're really, really good," she said proudly. "Every day is different. Every hour is different. They're my North Star, my compass. They keep me grounded and remind me what's truly important." Barrymore also credited therapy and self-reflection for helping her heal and navigate life as a single mother. "I had to do a lot of work on myself after the divorce," she explained. "I had to let go of the idea that my family had to look a certain way to be happy. Family doesn't have to be traditional to be beautiful." The actress has openly discussed how her own fractured relationship with her mother, Jade Barrymore, has influenced her parenting style. Jade pushed Drew into the spotlight at an early age, encouraging her to attend Hollywood parties and rubbing shoulders with celebrities, often at the expense of her childhood innocence. By the time Barrymore was 12, she was already dealing with addiction and emotional instability. My relationship with my mom was complicated, Barrymore said. She loved me but she didn't know how to protect me. And that's something I've had to come to terms with over the years. I don't blame her anymore. I think she did the best she could with the tools she had. Barrymore's father, John Drew Barrymore, was also largely absent from her life. Struggling with his own addiction issues, he was unable to provide the stability and guidance that Barrymore needed as a child. My dad was a very complicated man, Barrymore said. He wasn't around much, but I know he loved me in his own way. Now, as a mother herself, Barrymore is determined to break the cycle. I want my daughters to feel safe and loved, she said. I want them to know that they can always count on me, no matter what. Barrymore has been married 3 times. Before her marriage to Kopelman, she was briefly married to bar owner Jeremy Thomas in 1994, but the marriage lasted only 2 months. In 2001, she married comedian Tom Green, but that marriage ended in divorce after just a year. Barrymore has since expressed that her marriage to Kopelman was the one where she truly felt like she had a shot at building a lasting family unit. I thought Will and I would grow old together, Barrymore admitted. But life had other plans. And I've learned that sometimes the best thing you can do for someone you love is to let them go. Despite the heartbreak, Barrymore remains hopeful about the future. I'm learning that family isn't about perfection, it's about love, she said. My girls have taught me that. They've shown me that it's not about getting it right all the time. It's about showing up and loving them unconditionally. Barrymore's openness about her struggles has resonated with fans who admire her authenticity and strength. I'm not perfect, she said, but I'm doing my best. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.